when the enjoyment of what you're doing is lost, then you have to be careful, because there you have to come to a stop and say, okay, there's something here that's not right, because I'm no longer enjoying what I'm doing.
Because it's a real disservice to people. You don't have to be offensive to be honest.
Instead of making business more important, I made my soul and my life more important.
If your destination takes up most of your attention and you're continuously focusing on there, you miss all the journey, really. You can't enjoy the journey anymore. And most of your life is the journey. The arriving is relatively rare.
If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation for it.
You see, everything about you is a result of your doing or not doing. Your income, your debt, your relationships, your health, your fitness level, your attitudes and behaviors, everything. That person you see when you look in the mirror is the chief architect in your life.
Remembering that this special dash might only last a while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash?
So part of beginning to get unstuck, you've got to decide that the behavior pattern that you have adopted doesn't work for you. You've got to change your strategies, and changing your strategy means reinventing your life.
But the truth of the matter is that external factors don't determine how you live. You, and only you, are in complete control of the quality of your life experience. Successful people take full responsibility for the thoughts they think, the images they visualize, and the actions they take. They don't waste their time and energy on blaming and complaining. They evaluate their experiences and decide if they need to change them or not. They face the uncomfortable, and they take risks in order to create the life that they want to live.
To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and endure the betrayal of false friends. Appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, and to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, or a garden patch, or redeemed social condition.
When you don't fix the screen door, you settle. And when you settle consistently, you develop a habit of settling for what you don't want. And most people go through life in resignation. They've resigned themselves to not having it the way they want it.
That's why you've got to learn to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to stand up inside yourself. Working on yourself, watching that inner dialogue, it will determine the quality of your life.
But by finding the goodness that is already within you and allowing that goodness to emerge. But it can only emerge if something fundamental changes in your state of consciousness.
You may think that something as small as being optimistic won't change much about your life. Have you ever heard this line? Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean the world isn't out to get me. Now that may be a joke, but many people believe the deck is stacked against them. People who are reverse paranoids, otherwise known as optimists, use the same consistent thinking, but they believe that the world is plotting to do them good. Everything that happens is pushing them in the right direction. This attitude breeds more good thoughts, so why not practice to become a reverse paranoid? Start seeing obstacles as opportunities to grow and change.
You have the power to make that decision. You can decide, I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me.
If you make a product that people put in their hands and they love and they want to touch and use every day, People call it the toothbrush rule. A product that people want to, have to use or want to use every day, that you have a successful product.
See the task that gives you some power to change rather than the failure that makes you feel powerless. Look for the seed of something better when everything is going wrong.
But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now.
And here's the philosophy behind it. Be so busy giving other people recognition you really don't need it for yourself.
You want to smile. You want to be happy. You got a lot to be thankful for. But you watch some of the faces around you every day. And I tell you, some of these faces, they will put you in a depressed state of mind.
Own your own happiness and be responsible for doing those things that bring joy into your own heart, independently of life and people and money and all of that stuff.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily give you a happiness. You have to take responsibility of that peace and that joy that lives inside of your heart and not inside of your stuff.
Keep positive energy around you, and that's how you're going to be happy.
The next thing that is a key to self-motivation is that you've got to ask yourself, what do I want out of life? What do you want out of life? What do you want out of a job? What do you want out of a career? What do you want out of a relationship? What do you want? What gives you your life? How will you know when you got it? What will make you happy? You need to know. You need to start asking yourself some questions. What do I really, really, truly want? You need to be exact about that. Don't be vague. Oh, I just want to be happy. That's too vague. What will make you happy? How will you know when you got it? Zero in on it. Be exact. Be specific. And as you do that, that will stimulate that superconscious mind, or the reticular activating system of your mind, that will begin to find those things, to identify with it.
So make the decision right now to believe that you create all of your experiences, because you do. Let's start creating the ones you want by believing you can. Sounds a little strange, but accepting this level of responsibility is uniquely and inevitably empowering. It means you can do, change, and become anything at all.
But you know what? When you're working that hard all day long, you need those little jokes with your friends. You need the lunchtime where you can sit down and chat. It's such a big part of your life.
You have to own your own happiness. Take it away from other people demanding that they make you happy.
If you want to know how to decide if a career opportunity is a good one, there are several things you have to take into consideration. Number one, does it make your heart sing? The number one feedback system that you are given at birth is joy. If you're not experiencing joy as you think about doing something and as you pursue doing it, then it's off course for you.
And you will begin to see it reflect itself in all the dimensions of your life, your mental life, your physical life, your social life, in your relationships, your monetary life. So concentrate on developing yourself. Because if you don't, I guarantee you that you will make a settlement, and most people have. In addition to working on yourself, and as you work on yourself, you feel good about yourself, and as you feel better about yourself, you treat yourself differently. Develop a health plan. See, you can't feel well and do well if you don't have good health. You can't perform if you don't have your health. Your health is valuable. Develop a health plan. A plan that you will follow, because this is the only vehicle that you have to carry you through this experience called life.